Good morning. Thank you for tuning into my channel called Take Heed to the Message with Abang Awa. That's my stage name. Okay. We about to do what it do this morning. Okay. So just like I asked Instagram this morning, YouTube, I'm asking you the same thing. For our culture to change, For our culture to change, do Black women need to be replaced with overseas women? We have to talk about it. We have to talk about it because this is real. We have to talk about this. Okay. Now, shout out to Security Boss Unsolicited. This is where I got this concept from. She had said something on a panel that I was on last night. So I wanted to touch on this and I want to know, do we need the Black woman to go extinct? Yeah, we have to talk about it. Do we need the Black woman to go extinct for a change to come? Now, Darling said, I just made a post about this last night. Men need to do better. You said men need to do better. Okay, all right, I feel you. I understand. Okay, good afternoon from the UK. Good afternoon, my dear. How are you? So let me see. I said to my brother that if I were to remain, if I were to remarry, it would be a Black woman. Oh, okay, I understand. I'm asking this question because our community, we see so much foolery in our community. And our women act like they can't change. They don't want to change. And our children are growing up to be monsters. This is the truth. I know some of y'all don't want to believe it, but it's the truth. Some of our children, we even scared to walk past them on the street. Sometimes there's so much ratchetness. Yes, honey, you're right. So much ratchetness, so much baby mama nonsense. How do we get past this? Because I always tell women, and women get upset when I say this, but we are the gatekeepers of sex. Okay. This is for educational purposes. This is for educational purposes. Okay. Trigger warning, everybody. So this is what I really want. I want y'all to answer this for me. Yes, I really want to have an answer because we are the gatekeepers of sex, but we always wind up having a baby by a jester. And who raises the children? It is our women that are raising the children because they have not vetted anybody, because Tyrone looked good to her at the time. And Tyrone got a fancy car and he got money. She winds up having a baby with Tyrone, but Tyrone got already 6 children that he taken care of, okay? And now yours have added to be, the next number. Instead of us focusing on we need a husband, we push our men away and we say we don't want to get married. But this is not the way God designed for us to be. That's why our children are growing up to do foolery. Now, yes, there are some single mothers that their children grow up, there's no problem at all. Oh, you making a joke. You said, I love all my baby mamas. Oh, that's something. Wait a minute. So what we have done is that we raise these children. Some of the children grow up okay, but some don't. Some slip through the cracks. And the ones that slip through the cracks are the ones that are in the most trouble. Y'all know, a couple days ago, I put out a picture of a young man, right? Okay. And to me, this is just my assumption. He's in a gang because he had did a drive-by shooting and he had deleted 2 people. 2 people he had deleted. So one was a grown person, and the other one was, I believe, a 6-year-old little girl. Okay. And he is 15. I think he's 15 or 16 years old. And he picked up a Peace Be Still. Okay. A Peace Be Still. And he deleted 2 people. Okay. And my question is, we're raising these children. Yes, it was in Orlando. You right, honey. We're raising these children and they're turning into monsters. When do we think that we need the black man? Because you still hear women all over social media say we don't need the black man. You have this young woman who sat up here and said she was hit in the face with a brick by a black man, and other black men stood out and watched. And we about to rectify that nonsense today. The woman was she was an African woman. Okay. The woman was from Africa. And the man who hit her was from Africa as well. They are Somalian. Okay. And I have been married to an African man close to 16 years. And African men are very different from American men. I want y'all to know that. See, our brothers, y'all give us grace over here. In America, black men, black American men give their women grace. But in foreign countries, right? In foreign countries, women are not given grace. If you disrespect them, you taunt them, you do any nonsense to them, wherever you did it at, honey, that's where you will get it back at. And I know a lot of y'all will disagree with what I'm saying, but African culture is very different. They do not put up with foolery of women being disrespectful. So for this young TikToker to lie, because she's a TikToker, for her to lie and say black men, she should have said African men. Then none of this would have blew up the way it did. But because she said black men, all the black women rallied to her side. Yes, if the black women would have known that this was an African man, none of the black women would have supported her. They would not have. And that is the truth. They would not have supported her in her foolery. They would have said, well, that is your kingsman. That is a man from your culture. So we have nothing to do with that. But this is the truth. She is Somalian and she's Muslim. They do not play with their culture and they do not play with their religion. Okay? And this is the truth. You cannot disrespect a Somalian man that is Muslim. Okay, you cannot. It does not go. You cannot disrespect an African man. Either he be Christian or Muslim. This is the truth. And because social media did not want to tell this, okay? Social media did not want to tell this. Even the bigger Instagrammers that I follow, they didn't even say that this woman was Somalian. They did not say that. And she sounds like us. She sounds ratchet and everything, but her facial features tell on her. Her facial features tell on her that she is not of African American descent. Okay. And social media did not run with that because they want the gender war that we have here in America to continue to be fueled. Do you hear me? Because they know if the black woman and a black man get together, you hear me? If they know we get together, there's going to be a problem for them. But because the black woman does not want to be under the black man, she thinks she's higher than the black man. And she was taught this from the 70s. the change won't come. So that's why I'm asking y'all. This is why I'm asking y'all. Does the Black woman need to go extinct for our culture to change? Because she doesn't want to change. So what do we do? Because we sit in these spaces and we talk, but there's no change. There was a young woman that was on, I was on a panel last night. My husband let me go back and do panels again. I was very happy. I was pleased with that. So I was on Black Man Unfiltered Network last night, and I loved everything. It was amazing. But some of the conversations were not so amazing, but I still participated and listened. So one of the women who were there, I forgot her name, but she said, we sit in our spaces and all we do is talk about men and women and stuff, but a change needs to come for our culture. She's right. She's right. She said that the Black manosphere, the men, are doing a big conference in Atlanta. This is true. This is true. Even some of the male content creators that I follow, they will be at this manosphere in Atlanta, and I know it's going to be hot because the brothers that they have lined up is going to be crazy. I know it's going to be good. So she said that us women that are in this space, that we promote family and we promote the man should be the head, that we should do the same thing they do. But the problem remains with this, and I will keep saying it, it's not enough of us sisters that speak out. It's not enough. See, the way that I speak, I can probably count on hand. On the internet, I could probably count on hand, maybe it's about 20 of us. And some of us are not famous and not known, but all the ratchet ones who preach hatred towards our men, they are more famous than the ones who preach we need our men, that we need kings in our home. They're more famous because the women flock to them because they have been hurt. They have been hurt by somebody they gave their heart to, gave their JJ to. Okay. And so they decide to hold that instead of taking the accountability that they let this man swim in a honey pot. They don't want to take the accountability. They don't want to take the accountability. They want to blame every man. Do you hear me? And you right, baby. Negativity, you right. They love negativity. People do. They love negativity. Anything that is negative, honey. Merchant, chocolate, good morning. King, how y'all doing? My A team, how y'all doing this morning? I'm sorry I didn't greet you. So the thing is that if we don't change, if we don't think that something is wrong, how can we? Because you have all these women that don't think nothing is wrong. How can we do a conference? How can we do a big gala for women if they don't think that anything is wrong? Nobody will come. It's not enough of us speaking out. You have the baby mamas and you have the ratchets at the helm. Honey, have a wonderful day. I love you. Please be safe. So we don't have enough of us speaking out. You only have the ratchet and the foolery and the baby mamas, and you have all types of nonsense. Okay, the hoes. You have all this, okay, at the forefront of Black women. You have it at the forefront. You know what I'm saying? We all in one space. So when you see Black women, okay, Shout out to Ricky for this. Shout out to Ricky. We all stand in the same. Shout out to Ricky Williams. We all stand in the same. Do you understand what I'm saying? We all in the same place together. So you got the good women that want to do the right thing. You got the ratchet baby mamas, and you got the women that don't need no man. So we all there together. So the men can't tell the difference because the black women are not they are not pushing themselves forward. The good black women are in the back, and most of them are already married. So they're in the back while the ratchet baby mamas and the women who say that they don't need men are in the forefront. So all the negative stereotypes are there. So we all just get blended in together. And that's the sad part about our community and how things go. So my question is that does the black women need to go extinct? Does black women need to go extinct for us to know that there is a problem? Do you understand what I'm saying, guys? I'm sorry for the background noise. So do the black women need to go extinct for a change to come to our community? Now, somebody wrote in the comment section and said to me, every culture, the women outweigh the men. So how will that happen? Now, I'm going to share something with you. It'll be one or two things. Because the ratchet baby mamas are popping pills, doing all types of nonsense, and they can't govern their bodies like they're supposed to. So more than likely, the drug epidemic will take them out. Yeah, I said it. And for the ratchet ones, okay, for the ratchet baby mamas, more than likely because they sleep with everybody without protection, no condoms or anything, some disease will take them out. Yeah, I know it's hard for me to say this, but it's true. Because we don't know how to govern our culture properly. I always tell y'all, and y'all got to believe this, women are the children's first teacher. So if the mother is negative, the child will be negative. If the mother is positive, the child will be positive. She is the first teacher. Good morning, Anye. How are you, honey? It's good to see you. So I just want to know, oh, Chocolate, thank you for buying badges from me. I appreciate it, honey. I greatly appreciate it. So I want to know, yes, steel sharpens steel. You're right. But you will hear women out here, they will get upset because you have content creators that will only talk to women and they want you to talk to men. But women are not supposed to correct men. Yeah, we're not supposed to. And because we work out of natural order, that's why we can't fix our community. You have all these influencers who they get on. You got women influencers who get on social media and they will disgrace men all over social media. And they will put all the brothers in the same category. They know there's some good brothers, but they will put all the brothers in the same category. And the women will run with that. They will run with that. Thank you so much, Chocolate, for the badges, honey, once again. They will run with that. We're not supposed to correct our men. Men are supposed to correct men. They are. And this is why on my channel, I don't promote that I correct men. Now, men, if you come and you want to listen to me, that's fine. I'll take it. If you want me to give you something, if you tell me something and you want to ask my opinion on it, I will give you my opinion. And it may hurt. It may hurt. Okay, a couple days ago, I had a brother came up here and he said he got trapped because his girlfriend is pregnant. And he asked me, what should he do? And I told him, baby, if she didn't poke holes in the condom, she didn't trap you. If you went in her raw dog, honey, okay, this is your consequences. Yes, we have to learn how to start telling the truth to our younger generation. We're scared to tell them the truth. This is the problem. We feed on all the negativity and we grow from the negativity. Just like I just explained earlier about the young girl, okay, how she just lied and said it was black men who didn't protect her. Black men don't protect her, this and that. A black man is the one who hit her in the face with the brick. And she lied. It was an African man. And so African men are raised differently from African American men. They are. They do not take disgrace. Anybody who is married to an African man here in America, you already know what I'm talking about. They do not take disgrace easy. They do not. When you talk to an African man, you have to have some respect. They do not take disgrace like that. And anybody who knows the culture, they know I'm speaking facts. You will never, when my husband take me, I'm going to give you a prime example. When we go to traditional parties, right? And I'm an American woman. We go to traditional parties, okay? And they will pass around cola nut, right? Okay. So in America, you would think, okay, they going seat to seat. Okay, so you're going to get the cola nut too. But no, in African culture, all the men have to get in the whole building. All the men have to get the cola nut first. Yes. And you as a woman better not even raise your hand to touch the cola nut at all. You will be disgraced. They don't do that. After they have passed the cola nut to every other man in that building, in the entire building, then they may give it to the woman. But some women don't even take it. I don't take it. Once my husband taught me this years ago, I don't take it at all. Even though you can, but it will be after all the men have shared it first. They have different traditions where when you meet an elder, you bow. You bend your head just a little bit and bow to them. This is the tradition. It's respect. So there's a different way of how African American men are and a way how African men are. Because an American man, and this is the thing that even fueled the whole conversation, we had all these Instagrammers, all these famous rappers getting out here talking about black men ain't this, black men ain't that. They just crucifying black men, but they didn't know the whole story. It was not a black man. It was an African man who did this nonsense. Now, was he wrong to hit her with a brick? Yes, he was wrong. He was wrong to hit her with a brick. He was wrong. But in their culture, they do not take disgrace. You cannot do that. Now, when an African man, right? When an African American man asks a woman their number and the woman say, no, I'm not going to give you my number, the African American man will walk away. And some may even say some nonsense to her. Oh, I ain't never want you anyway. You was ugly, this and that, whatever. Some will say that. That's those son husbands that will say that. That is not even a man. That's a son husband that will say that nonsense. But a true African American man, he will walk away and say, okay. But when you get an African man who asks you for your number and you just say, all you have to do is say, I have somebody. That's it. He will walk away with his dignity. That's it. But when you go and berate him in front of other people that is in the same culture, honey, you will have a war on your hands when you could have just said, I have somebody. And you know what? I'm gonna share something with you. I'm really ashamed of some of our influencers that I follow as well. Because some of them knew that this woman was Samaya. Some of them knew. They knew that already. They had got the 411. Okay. They had got it. All what I did was I went and asked my husband. And I said, honey, her hair is too fine. And her face features, she looked Ethiopian. And he looked at me. He said, he told me, he said, you too wise. I said, please, honey, tell me what she is. And he told me. And I said, okay. He said, you're going to tell your audience? I said, yes, I'm going to tell them. Because you have took a whole pile of shit. Yes, I said it. You took a whole pile of shit and threw it on a Black community. And we got enough nonsense going on over here in America. We got enough foolery going on here in America. And this is why I say everybody that is melanated is not with us. Everybody that is melanated is not with us. Some of us have sabotage. We have some people who are saboteurs, okay, that want to destroy what we have. Now, Robert said, my sister, Black foreign men do not take disrespect from women. The only men on earth who tolerate this, Black American men. I was born in the Caribbean, so I know. Yes, Robert, you are correct, sir. You are correct. Because when me and my husband first started dating, my husband said to me, never disrespect me. If you have an issue with me, we talk in private. Never disrespect me in public. He meant never disrespect me in private too. That's what my husband meant. But he was trying to just give me a little grace. You understand? So he said, never disrespect me in public. I don't care where we are. Do not disrespect me in public. Talk to me with a light tone. That's why if you ever hear me speak to my husband when he leaving for work, you always hear my tone. Even if I'm screaming on social media, you will always hear my tone drop. Why do I do that? Because it's called respect. Yeah, it's called respect. It's something that some American women don't have. Because we're not taught that. And especially if you grew up in a single mother home. You didn't see how your mother governed the house. You didn't see how she talked to your father. And if you did see how she talked to your father and they didn't like each other, honey, it was war. And that's what I saw my mother do to my father. She always disrespected him, and it was not good. Okay, Merchant said it's taught, but it's being pushed away. It's been pushed away since the 70s, Merchant. That's why it's so bad now. Yeah, it's been taught since the 70s. That's why it's so bad now. Mrs. She said, my sister, you was rocking on the panel last night. You was rocking. I was like, oh man. And I just want to give you your flowers, my sister, because I just love the way you talk. Do you hear me? I just love the way you talk. You always have this no nonsense, straight talk, and I love that about you. That's why I love your content. Guys, please make sure you tune into Mrs. She Said on YouTube. Her content is straight, no chaser. So all I'm saying is that we needed to be told the truth, because this young woman flew all over social media. And I'm going to share something with you. And this is the kicker, y'all. This is the kicker. If anybody found out that this was an African man and she was an African woman, nobody would have said anything. That thing would not have went the wildfire the way it did. Am I right, Merchant? Am I right? Would it have went crazy like the way it did? Because she said black men. So we all assumed it was African American men. But if she said the man was from Africa, right? If she said the man was from Africa, that thing would not have went out of control like it did. She was smart with that because she wanted to go viral. She wanted to go viral, and we helped her go viral. We helped her go viral. All that stuff that she preached all over her, all that stuff that young girl preached all over her social media, she could never talk like that back at home. She even support the rainbow community. She could not talk like that back home. I'm speaking facts to you. Oh, wow. She reached that much money, Mrs. She said, wow, that's crazy. On the GoFundMe. She even put a GoFundMe out and she raised a lot of money, y'all. But let me share something with y'all. If they would have said the truth, that the man was African and she was African, nobody would have rallied behind her. She had to say black man. Because they love to kick our brothers back in. That's why she had to say that. She wanted them. She wanted those women who kick the black man's back in. She wanted those women that a black man would be laying down on the ground. She would help stomp him. She wanted those. But when something happened to her, now she's shouting for all black men to come rally. Now, can you disgrace black men on one hand, and then you need them on the other hand? It doesn't go like that. It does not go like that. My brothers, I'm gonna share something with y'all. Y'all gotta stop putting y'all Superman cape on. I'm serious. Y'all have to. And so many of y'all laying in fields, okay, with tombstones on top, and your family are missing you because of some foolery that a black woman put you in. Yes, honey. A black woman will always book a black man for a fight. Yes, honey, she will. But a wise black woman will tell her husband, okay? A wise black woman will tell her husband or boyfriend, let's get out of Dodge. Let's get out of Dodge, baby. I don't want to stay here. Please, let's go. And he will humbly oblige her and they will get out of there. Now, I said something mean yesterday. Okay. I said I would not want my husband to help any woman that is stranded in trouble when her and her man or some man that she doesn't know want to hurt her. And I'm going to share something with y'all. I'm a Christian woman. I believe in Jesus Christ, that he died on the cross for my sins. But I don't want my husband to help nobody. I said it again. I don't want my husband to help nobody. Because if something happens to my king, me and my children have to suffer. Yeah, I said it. I said it. King, you right. I only defend lioness. I love that, King. You are correct. I will not want anything to happen to my husband. This is the truth. Oh, Hadi says she got the brick by picking the wrong one of the year, and she finally picked the right one. Keep on playing with fire. Eventually, you will get burned. Hadi, she played with the wrong African man. This is the wrong African man, not African American. She played with the wrong African man. But African men always got something for you when you do nonsense. African men. African American men give grace. They give grace. Some of them give grace. But African men don't give no grace. If you do nonsense, they will correct you in the right order. You understand? They will correct you in the right order. Oh, my dear, I see. I know you wasn't talking about me. I know. Don't worry, honey. So this is the thing. Hello, Wife School Podcast. Good morning, my dear. This is the thing that nobody took into consideration. Even the YouTubers the Instagrammers that followed her, right? I mean, that followed this whole scenario. They didn't mention that this is an African man and an African woman. They just mentioned black, and that's what we think we are. You understand? You can't tell a person here in America that they not black, because that's how they made us to be. This is how they made us to be, to say, oh, you black. So everybody, if you say black, then we all think is American black. You understand? But we got to get out of that word, because we melanated. We just come from different parts of the world. You understand? We melanated people. But because we don't know, and people want to blame everything on us anyway. But I'm going to share something with y'all. This one woman who is a liar and a thief and a cheat, okay? This one woman who is a liar, a thief, and a cheat, okay? She took our gender war that we got going on over here and blew that thing out of control by her saying this was a black man, knowing that this was an African man. And African men don't do no foolery. Do you hear me? They do not, honey. You better be mindful of what you say. And let me share something with you. If you do any nonsense to them, they go tell your husband. They don't even say anything to you. If you marry, they report you to your husband. I've never been reported to my husband, but they report you to your husband if you do nonsense. They go different. It's different, honey. Black Man Unfiltered. Good morning, sir. How are you? It's good to see you. Sir, your show was amazing last night. I enjoyed myself. Some of the topics was a little something, but everything else was amazing. And the sisters was good. I appreciate it. And Mrs. She Said was on her A game. She was not playing no game. She was taking no shortcomings. She was doing her thing. Shout out to you, Mrs. She Said. But all I'm saying, guys, is that we have to start thinking differently. What can we do? Okay? What can we do to change the narrative? Because we complain about our culture all the time. But does the black woman need to go extinct for a change to come to our community? And I'm talking about how the passport bros, you see how our brothers are leaving. Shout out to the passport bros. You see how our brothers are leaving to go find wives. And they not just going to Africa. They're going all over the world to find wives and bring them back. And then you have hatery in the background talking about, oh, all these women came to do was get citizenship, and then they gonna leave. Why they gonna leave these men? I'm just asking. Why would they want to leave these men? The way America is going, it's hard for one person to survive with 2 children. If the government doesn't help you, you can't survive. You know how many women will be deadbeat mothers if the government didn't help you? Good morning, Brian. How are you, sir? It's good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. You see what I'm saying? You know how many women, black women of every culture who gets on assistance. If we didn't have assistance, right? If we didn't have any help from the government, a lot of black women and other women would be lost. They would be in trouble. Okay. Now, all I'm saying is that I'm not talking about deletion, honey. Not sure about deletion. Not deletion, but I'm saying some women delete a woman when disrespected. Okay, I don't know about that part. Well, are you talking about African women? No, we need the black woman. There's nothing like a black woman. Oh, I like what you said, Malik. That's nice. And I gotta shout out some of y'all brothers who said that. But we have to talk reality, y'all. We have to talk reality. The black woman has, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this straight, y'all. It's gonna hurt a little bit. But the black women have been indoctrinated into foolery. Yeah. She think by having her body free all over social media and half naked that's the main goal, to go viral by being naked, by having 5 and 6 baby fathers, that this is okay. She's the only one that doesn't think anything is wrong with it. She's the only one that thinks having children, okay, having children without the father is a good thing. Don't you know all other cultures, they think that's disgraceful? Did y'all know? It's only us that we don't think it's disgraceful. Yeah. African women don't play either. You right. You right about that, King. African women don't play either. They don't do nonsense either. But it's not a lot of them. It's not a lot of them. It's not a lot of them that don't do nonsense, because some of them are very fearful of their husbands. So some of them don't do nonsense. They do not have, okay, African women, we gonna do a little separation real quick. African women have a healthy fear and a scared fear of their husband. But in America, the black woman doesn't have a healthy fear, and she doesn't have a healthy fear, and she doesn't respect the black man. There's only some that have a healthy fear of the black man. And that's the ones who they respect their husband. They love their husband. They're not going to do something out the way that will hurt their husbands. Okay. Like, you see how some of these stars who are married, they come to social media and they're half naked. Or you see, even anyway, women who are on Instagram, they come to social media and they half naked and they say they married, right? They don't have a healthy fear of their husband. They don't fear him at all. They don't care about what he say. They do whatever they want to do. These women should not have babies. They should not have babies. They should not get married. They should not. This is the truth. Because what we're doing is we're breeding monsters. That's what we're doing in our culture. I know it's hard for me to tell y'all this, but we got to get to the nitty gritty. We are breeding monsters because we want to do it our way. We don't want to do it in the way that God had designed it for us. Okay? This is the truth. And nobody wants to believe that. Terry, good morning. This is the truth, and nobody wants to believe that, but that's what we're doing. When these kids grow up and they start hurting each other, deleting each other, we are raising monsters in our household, all because you can't take a video game from this boy. You can't take his social media. You can't take his phone from him. You can't punish him a little bit when he act indignant, or the girls when they act indignant. We can't punish them, because why? Why you can't punish your own children when they do wrong? I didn't say you got to spank them or anything, but why you can't teach them accountability? So now when they get older and they get in the teenage years, you can't control them, and you don't have the king there. You don't have the owner's manual in the house, but you will sit up there and say you proud to be a single mother, but you're breeding monsters. I know some of y'all offended. The White School Podcast. I feel you, my sister. I feel you. I feel you with I listen. I looked at your comment and started laughing. I feel you. All I'm saying is that what do we do? If she does not change, what do we do? Because there are Black men who want change. There are Black men who say, I want to have a family. I want to see my family survive. But you have Black women who say, I want to be independent. I don't need no man. I want to be a single mother by choice. What do we do? Because they're breeding monsters. That is what is going on. Without the owner's manual, our children will always be lost. But it's because we have not got it yet. But see, for the people who started this nonsense, they didn't understand it. They thought they were being independent. Our ancestors, our grandma, great-grandma, our mother, they thought they were being independent because they didn't want to be under a man, but they don't know that they had created a beast in our community, that we can't even get the beast under control because demons have entered this beast and we cannot control it. Because why? And I'm going to share with y'all why, and I'm going to land here. Nobody wants to have a relationship with the Creator. Nobody wants to have a relationship with our Creator. Because God will show you, He will show you what is right and what is wrong. He will show you. You won't even have to guess it. You won't even have to guess it, honey. The Holy Spirit will convict you. You won't even have to guess it. But because we don't want to have a relationship with our Creator, because we don't want to have a relationship with our Creator, we will continue to be lost. Nobody wants to put God at the helm. They always put God at the helm after they done created all types of foolery. Even me too. I'm included in that nonsense too. We always want to call on God after we have created a whole foolery. All this nonsense we have created. Now we want to call on God Almighty for help. Black women, we have to face this. We have to face this, Black women. We have created monsters. And because you don't know what to do, you don't know how to go to our men and say we sorry. We don't know how to fix it. There's nothing wrong with saying to your king, you don't know how to fix it. If Black women can say they sorry, that we thought we could make it without you, things would change. But because you think that you know better than him, we will continue to stay in this foolery. But I will not stay in this foolery with y'all. I will not stay in this foolery with y'all. I will not. I will not stay in this foolery with y'all. I have a king that I follow. I will not stay in that foolery with y'all. I see what you wrote, the Willie Lynch control. We have to get out of that. We have to get out of that. We got to stop blaming slavery for everything. We have to get out of that. We do. We do. Because this is what we throw at all the time. We throw that at slavery. We throw that at our ancestors all the time. Now, I want to share something with y'all real quick. This is what I want to say to y'all. Slavery was atrocious. I'm saying that wrong. Slavery was demonic. Slavery was evil for our culture. Yes, it was. But our families found a way to stay together. Even if they were not direct blood, they found a way to stay together. When new slaves was brought to different farms and they were babies, women who didn't give birth to these children, they took them as their own and raised them. Yes. So how can we say that this all happened because of slavery? This happened, okay? This happened after they found out that when they tried to break us, we still held together. Let's call a spade a spade. They found out after they saw us, even though they did all that evil to us, and they saw that we could not be broken, then they said, we got to come with something else. So I don't want to hear no more this Willie Lynch letter. I don't want to hear no more, y'all. We got to stop this. We got to stop saying it was slavery. It was slavery, because they still stuck together even in the midst of slavery. Even in the midst of slavery, they still stuck together. I know that this is heavy for y'all today. It's heavy for me. I know that this is heavy for y'all. Yes, I understand what you're saying, honey. You said, no, I'm not talking about slavery, Queen. I'm talking about the conditions that Willie Lynch letter. Yes, you are right. You are right, my dear. I'm just adding my 2 cents on it. You right. But I'm saying we have to do a change. We have to change our mindset. We really have to. If we don't change our mindset, and if we don't understand that we need our kings, okay, it won't change. It won't change, because you can't say you don't want a man, but when the next instant something bad happened, then you want him. You understand? It doesn't go like that. It doesn't go like that. You have to want him all the time. We're the only women in the world that say we don't need our men. We are the only women in the world that kick our men back in. And even when they fall to the ground, we go and stomp them. Okay? This is the truth. We go and stomp them. And what we supposed to do, what our ancestors did when their husbands fell in the field, okay? She whispered to him and said, honey, get up. Get up. We need you. Get up. And this man said, my family needs me. I'm going to rise. And that's what he did. But since we stopped doing that, telling our men that they are strong, that they are wise, that they are needed, since we stopped doing that, he said, I have to go somewhere else and get that love and get that appreciation. You know what? As a wife, I'm going to share something with you. I never forget to tell my husband, thank you. I never forget it. I never forget to tell him thank you. Now, do I have to tell him thank you for paying the mortgage and the light bill and the water bill and the car note and the insurance? Do I have to tell him thank you? Nope. That's his job. That's his job as a man. He's supposed to do that. But why can't I tell him, honey, I appreciate you. Thank you for working all these long hours. Thank you for always making sure we have. You understand what I'm saying? Good morning, Lost in Translation podcast. How are you, sir? You see what I'm saying? Why can't you tell him you are his cheerleader? You always supposed to support your king. You always supposed to tell him that he is needed. I would never sit up here and tell you, I don't care how big this platform become. You will never hear me say, I don't need my husband. You better get out of here. You better get out of here. I will throw this computer and the cameras and everything and be like, I need my king. I need him. You will never hear me sit up here and say, I don't need no man. That's the worstest thing that we have said since we started this nonsense, following, okay, our Caucasian sisters. We follow our Caucasian sisters outside to march. And where did our Caucasian sisters go? They went back in the house and put their aprons on and made love to their husbands and cleaned their house and cooked. That's where they went. While we outside marching that we don't need no man, that we can do everything without him, and we could do bad by ourselves. That's what we did. All I'm saying is we have to think about this, y'all. You right, honey. Yep, they went home. They went home. Those women went right back home. They helped pull us out of the house. And those Caucasian women went right back home and raised their children. And where did we go? We went to work. We went to work and we fought our men tooth and nail. And we told our men, we don't need y'all. We don't need y'all at all. But if something bad happened to me, and this is what we said, but if something bad happened to me on the street and you see some men trying to jump on me, I need your help. How that sound? How that sound? I don't need you, but I need you if somebody come and jump on me. Do that make sense? I don't need you, but if somebody come jump on me, you see me in the street getting jumped on, now I need you. No, I don't. No. No, you don't get a happy meal. You don't get a happy meal at the end. No, you don't. We will not be doing that anymore. My brothers, please take those Superman capes off. Please take them off, brothers. Take them off, because if anything happened to you, this woman has nothing to say to your family. Do you hear me? They have nothing to say to your family. What could she say to your mother if something happens to you? I'm sorry. Sorry didn't bring you. Sorry, it's not going to bring you back. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get in an argument with my boyfriend and then your son jumped in it and my boyfriend deleted your son and my boyfriend is in jail for life now because he deleted your son. Does that bring her son back? Does it? Or we have the sisters in the family. They will go and get their brothers to go hurt somebody, and then the brothers wind up being deleted. How do you go to your mama and tell your mama you got your brothers deleted? How is that working out? How is that working out? I told my son, and I might be selfish when I said this, okay? And my son was looking at me like, Mom. I told my sons, if my daughters, if your sisters ever get in some problems with their husband, don't you go down to the husband house. You call the popo. That's what you do. That's what the popo get paid for. That's what you do. You go and get the popo involved. You don't go down to your sister's house and try to go do some nonsense. You don't know if the husband have a peace be still in the house. So now I lose my son. She lose her husband and she come to me crying, Mama, I'm sorry. No, as a Christian woman, I know I'm supposed to forgive, but I won't be doing that. I won't be doing that. It's some stuff that I might not make it into heaven because I can't do that one. I can't do that one. Where my son got deleted because my daughter caused some foolery. I can't handle that one. God forgive me for my inner thoughts. I cannot do that one. And we sit up here, we condone our women doing foolery. One breath she say she don't need you. Next breath she say, if somebody in the street and they trying to hurt me, I need your help. Which one do you want? Do you want me all the time, or do you want me only when you in trouble, baby? Because it don't work like that. It don't work like that. So my brothers, y'all take those Superman capes off, baby. Burn them if you have to. Burn them. You should only be Superman. You should only have to be Superman if an intruder came in your home. And you know in your mind, y'all go into beast mode. And you know in your mind, since you went into beast mode, okay, you about to take everybody that don't belong in this house, you about to take them out. That's the only time you should do that. To protect yours. And I know that this is mean for me to say, and some of y'all gonna say she Christian and she's saying that, but I'm speaking facts, because in the end, all this woman will tell your parents is that she's sorry. Black Man Unfiltered gave a $5 super chat. Am I saying that right? Super chat. Yes. Let me see. Let me see if I got something for you. Thank you, sir, for the $5 super chat. We are not protecting the I'm not saying we will make it home to the people who under our protection. Yes, 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 we will. Black Man, you be putting stuff in these super chats that ain't right. I don't know. I'm not supposed to be saying stuff like that. I don't understand. It's okay though, but thank you. I appreciate the $5 super chat, sir. Thank you. So all I'm saying is to think differently, my brothers. Please, please. I don't care how much social media, spoken reasons. Oh my God, what are you doing here on my live, sir? How are you? How you doing this morning? So all I'm saying is that, gentlemen, no matter how much social media bash you, no matter how much they say nonsense about you, do you hear me? Stop letting them berate you into putting on a Superman cape. Because if anything happens to you, you know who has to bury you? Huh? Oh, you said you watch me all the time. Oh, thank you so much. I love your content as well. So what I'm saying is, who will tell your family anything? Who will tell your family? Who will take care of your children when you're gone? Nobody. They will give you this sad sorry, cry a little bit, and move on with their life. My brothers, take those capes off, honey. Burn those capes, baby. Best thing you can do is call Popo while you're walking away from the situation. Okay? That's the best thing you can do. You have rendered help. You call the Popo, walk away. Because nobody is coming. If the thing go left, baby, your wife or your mama gotta bury you. Do you hear what I'm saying? Don't let social media nonsense make y'all feel that you gotta go and protect every woman. And they sit up here and talk about black women don't get protected. If you doing nonsense and if you doing foolery, you don't deserve to be protected. You don't. You don't deserve to be protected. And I said it, and I'm a woman, and I'm telling you the truth. If you doing nonsense, you do not, and you should not be protected. If you cause the foolery yourself, you should not be protected. No man should lose his life because he's trying to protect some woman he does not know. But we will sit up here and disgrace all black men. Black men don't do this and black men don't do that. You will blame all black men. That is the MO in the United States. We blame all black men. I'm going to share with y'all one more thing and I'm going to leave this live, okay? And I want to tell y'all all thank you for tuning in. One day I was in the parking lot at my job and I was walking across the street. And from my background, my security background, right? Okay, I always could feel when something is off. So I saw a big truck, right? Ran down truck. And the guy stops at the stop sign. And I'm not even there to cross the street yet. He stops. So I said, something is wrong here. So I checked my bag. I didn't have my mace with me. I said, wow, why is he stopped? So he stopped. He stopped. So he didn't see me coming across. So what he did a quick 360, turns in the parking lot at the first parking space. Okay. He turns into the first parking space, right? And the first parking spaces are for the doctors. So I'm like, there's no way, because all the doctors' cars are nice. There's no way this guy's a doctor. So now my lights just go up. And guess who I saw? Two brothers coming from the parking lot. And I'm going home. The new shift is coming in. Two brothers coming from the parking lot. So I looked at them and I said, guys, can y'all do me a favor? Can y'all walk me to my car? And they said, yes, we could walk you to your car. Now, before I asked them that, the man jumps out his car, walking towards me, right, real quick. But the two brothers was behind him. So they walking closer to me. And I said to them, once he saw them, he jumped back in his car. So you immediately know he was going to do something to me. He was coming for me. So the two brothers who were there, and I saw them and I said, can y'all walk me to my car? And I know the brothers, they're good brothers. And they told me, yeah. They said, what happened? I said, see the guy in this truck right here? It doesn't look right. And they know where I come from. So they know my security background, all of them. Basically everybody in the hospital know who I am. And it's only because the way I talk to people. People want to know me, okay? Because I just have that face. Everybody always tell me, you got that face. But anyway, so now these two brothers helped me to my car and I explained to them. And I told them, thank you guys so much. You want to know why they helped me? Why did they help me, y'all? Y'all got to answer now. Why did they help me? It's because I showed my feminine, okay? And also, I have never disrespected these brothers. When I saw them in the hospital, I always greet them. I always say good evening, good afternoon. I always say, what's going on, player? How you doing? All this. You know what I'm saying? I have never said anything raunchy or nasty to them. You understand? I've never done that. It's the way we talk to our men. It's the way we talk to our men that give them poise when they don't want to help. Do you hear me? It's the way we talk to them that make them poise, because they look and say, she being ratchet, she being out here being disrespectful to this man. I don't know what this brother got on him, and now she want me to go help. King said, you are a lioness. Thank you, sir. I greatly appreciate that. Black Man Unfiltered said, you are correct. We will not anti-protect. Yes, honey. Walker said, because you are humble. Walker, thank you, sir. Mr. He said, and you will be covered, sister. We got you. Thank you, sir. I greatly appreciate that. Everybody have a wonderful day. Y'all take heed to the message. I enjoyed my time with y'all. Y'all know how I enjoy my time every morning, but I got to cook. I got to clean this house and I got to go to work today. So everybody have a wonderful day. Y'all take it easy. Much love to all of you. And thank you for tuning in. And Spoken Reasons, thank you, sir, for coming. I greatly appreciate that. Everybody have a wonderful day. Instagram, I'm going to let you out first, baby. YouTube, my foundation. where I started from. I greatly appreciate all y'all. I greatly appreciate all the love. Black Man Unfiltered Network, sir, you are amazing. You are amazing, sir. You hear me? You, Mr. He said, Mrs. She said, Sir Hill Speaks. I will always remember you no matter where I go. Family, I will always remember y'all because you started me. You took me on your platform even when I only had 2K. You hear me? I will never forget y'all no matter where I go in this life. Y'all take heed to the message. Everybody have a wonderful day. Take it easy.